Donald Trump shut down the government,
Uh-huh.
and all these government workers were like not getting any money for like 3 to 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And it included white people and black people. And then the TSA, I think he shut down the TSA, and they weren't getting any money. So people started to feel the effects of what it was like to be a paycheck away. So shit was about to go down. And I need white people to realize you're just a fucking paycheck away.
That is, and that's where you're, but that's how deep that mindset goes of white supremacy and racism, is that they are willing to they're willing to cut their own fucking food stamps just to prove a point. Like, no, Bill, Tom,
Kelly,
Jessica, you still need your food stamps. You just sent your kids off to college and they don't have health care. Y'all, just like our parents, let us sign fucking loans for $42,000, $50,000. We right up in that joint with your kids and we all looking broke.
Yep.
And y'all are so into of course, I'm not even gonna say not every white person. If you're not that white person, you're just not that white person.
Right.
But if you are, there's a lot. It's a whole mindset that is stopping your own quality of life because of racism and white supremacy and your lack to realize that. And because of that, we can't get what we need as a people. And that was the setup to begin with. Now, as far as black people, it's really tough for us to, it's not tough, but it's difficult to say, let's pack up all our shit and leave, because we built this shit.
Where are we going to go?
We can go to Africa. Africans will be like, you know what I mean? Like, I had met an African in Italy, and he was like, you all have all these riches and stuff. Where were you when we were going through all of these civil wars and, all this stuff? I was like, where were y'all during slavery? We could really go back and forth on this, but because to my knowledge, apartheid happened in the 70s, 80s. There was a whole lot of fuck shit going on while y'all was
crack and
like, why didn't you come for us? We got took. Like, okay. And he was like, what? I was like, yeah, exactly. Because what you're not gonna do is come for me, because I'm looking, you know what I'm saying?
But they are very welcoming, I must say. Everybody's like, well, yeah, you guys can come back. And I boo-hooed because it was a lady in a shoe store and I was talking about that. And they were like,
true.
Yeah, you guys can come back. And I was like, really?
Yeah.
And I love that, but I kind of want to stay here like, yo, this is what I built. My people built this.
Brick by brick.
Right.
Stone body for body.
Why do I have to leave?
Right. And why aren't you acknowledging that happened? Why? That's like American history 101. Why is your patriotism more patriotic than mine? We were slaves and we're still here making y'all money. Like, how you gonna talk to my? It's the audacity of the unawareness for you to be so bold and in my face. That lets me know either you really are unaware or you just don't give a fuck about what my ancestors done, because it is terrible, because that history is disgusting what y'all did. You pick up the right book, it will have you fucked up for how they had a slave killing law. They had to enact a law to get specifically white women who own slaves, or the wives, from killing, had to make a law, because it's like, you cannot kill your slaves. Like, you cannot. What is going on inside that house on that land where you are? Where are you operating from if you are just killing your slaves? What are you doing to people? We've seen motherfucking stories, just not even black or white, just really fucking cruel ass, horrific ass stories that has existed in slavery, because when you are at that, having that kind of power, and you own someone, who knows what you'll do. You can find right horror movie and you will see that.
Yeah.
Like, that is disgusting. The fact that there was a woman who existed in New Orleans who was killing her slaves, drinking their blood, stomping on baby's head, cutting open pregnancy women, that shit happened. And our blood is in this soil. And the fact that you can look at me and see me today knowing that as a Black person in America, I have survived I survived coming here, on my ancestors survived coming here on a boat, and then getting here in death and disease, rape, and families being split apart, spread around, and fucking Jim Crow, and the 1950s, and the 1970s, and crack, and the judicial system, all of that. I am still here. I'm here.
That said a lot to our ancestors.
Right. It does. And you look at me and you completely disregard the number one patriot in America, which is a Black person. Amen. Because y'all could never. Look at how y'all acting over masks. This is how you act in the face of injustice. This what you do. And then with the same mouth, talk about people who are just trying to say, hey, y'all are still acting fucking crazy, killing us. There is racism in there. Black people are like, we understand the police, but there's just racism and white supremacy in the police department. Oh no, why would you know that? Because paddy wagons, because these are the same niggas who used to capture actual slaves, and like slavery and jail really go hand in hand.
And they were letting niggas in to the Capitol. Hey,
if that
brother,
uncomfortable shifting in my seat.
That's all that. Did you need the keys?